If you are anything like me and know that there is a specific kind of ring that you want on your finger for the rest of your life, then this video is for you. We went through the coolest and, for me, the most empowering engagement ring shopping experience because I actually got to design my engagement ring.
No surprises. It was a very deliberate, I want to make sure that you get the exact ring that you actually want for real. No ifs, ands, booties about it. You are going to design it almost down to the T, because there's going to be still a little bit of element of surprise with how the proposal goes.
Right.
But you're gonna know what ring you get. It's gonna be exactly down to yep.
Yeah, and I started out the way that a lot of us girlies start out, which is on Pinterest. And so I remember I saved my Pinterest board, and I think I had my middle sister, as like a collaborator, so that if Darian was ever asking her, what do you think your sister might like? Everything is right there in the board, okay? But not that I had trust issues or anything, but I was just like, this is not something like you get on Amazon where you can go return it if you don't like it. And I am not someone who can fake the funk. Like, if I love something, you will know that in my entire being, I am elated. But if I don't like something, ain't no poker face here. Oh, wow.
You sure?
Wow, that is so thoughtful.
Why? You should think less.
Think less. But yeah, this was just too big of an investment to leave things up to anyone else. So what we did is I feel like I did send you though, like some of the pictures. Like I'll be like, this one's so cute. And then I just had an honest conversation and I was like, so I don't want to have this be a surprise. Like, your part of the surprise is putting together the proposal, but I would like full autonomy over the design of my engagement ring. So
you gotta wear it.
And also, sometimes some people don't be picking up on hints.
Is there somebody in the room with us?
Yo, and it's not me. So it just made sense. Okay, so let's move on to like what the process looked like. So one of the engagement ring or like diamond jewelers that I came across on Pinterest was Lauren B. Jewelers, and I kept seeing, I don't know, I think I just gravitated to a lot of the cushion cut styles that they had.
The algorithm also knew what was going on.
The algorithm knew because I kept pulling rings similar to this one. And so when I clicked into Lauren B and actually went to their website, that's when I learned that they had a whole separate process where you could actually custom design your ring. I said, we are in the right place. We talking business. So I told Darian, I was like, babe, I got an update for you. I actually found out that I can literally, from the type of diamond to the foundation it sits in to any of like the details that you want, like you name it and they take care of it. So then I started looking on their website. They have a ton of inventory of like existing rings that they either created for someone and like it didn't work out, or there were some where it's just like they were really popular rings that they just kept in the inventory. So I started saving like rings where there were components of it that I really liked, so that by the time it was design mode, I was able to be like, here's my folder of rings that I've already identified from your website. So I know that you can do it. There's just different components of different ones that I am like in love with. So they have two like choose your own adventures. You can either do the custom designing online remotely. Again, I'm not gonna risk it. Like, I need to know that we talking the same language. Like I need to look you in your eye and be like, 3 carats. I want 3 sides of diamonds. I want a cathedral cut. I'm sorry. I want a cathedral base, and I want a cushion cut. So you see these 3 rings I have in my hand. You see the 3 different components that I'm talking about, and okay. So yeah, it was quite a long day, but I mean, probably spent a couple hours in there, but it was really fun. And I got to get some of his input too. Like, not that I was gonna change my, not that I was gonna change what I wanted, but it was cool for him to be like, now you know that's not really one of your priorities. So yeah, we flew up to New York. We actually had a family trip. And
That was my first visit to New York City.
It's his first time in New York City.
Which is funny because growing up in Maryland, it's just down the street, technically, but never had a reason to go. Until it was Christmas 2021.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we went up there, saw family, and then there was one day where everyone, like my sisters, my mom, dad, we were all just like doing our own thing. So I had told them like in advance, like Darian and I are going to go ring shopping. And so we get there, you have to have an appointment, you buzz in, like it's a very, very, very secure operation.
You got to talk somebody to the door to say, hey, yes, we're future clients.
Yeah.
So could you just let us in, please?
Yeah. So showed them the file of like, these are the types of rings that I really love. And then they pulled out some that they had in inventory in store. And I was able to confirm yay or nay certain components. So yeah, again, it was the cushion cut. I wanted, so like the cushion cut is like, it's not square, but it's not circle. It's like in between. And I think this one was like a pillow cushion. And then I wanted the cathedral. So essentially, here, I'll show you. So see how there's like, it's mounted on like these 4, can't really tell, but it's mounted. It's mounted. You can kind of see it there. Cathedral. So basically the stone itself sits in like those 4 prongs. And then I also wanted these 2 sides to come together to show like Darian, me coming together as one, and like the stone being God. So like, ta-da. And then I wanted 3 sides of diamonds. So each of these, like this side, middle side, back side. Back side is all diamonds. So like what was interesting was like during engagement era, like you could actually see all 3 sides of diamonds. But now, because she got a wedding ring, which we also got from Lauren B. So we started looking at wedding rings while we were in there as well. This one is like they did the pave diamonds. Oh, there you go. They did the pave diamonds all around that. I didn't do the 3 sides again because I was like, now we're just wasting 2 sides of of diamonds. So now it just looks like, well, maybe I can show you up close like what the cathedral looked like now. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. But it's like ring placed in the, or the stone placed in the middle, cathedral, and then the diamonds around. So yeah, now with 2 rings on, you get to see like the front, the top, and then nothing really there. But nonetheless, design was fun. And after that, once everything was set in stone,
no pun intended,
I knew that my work was done and his was just beginning. So I'm passing the mic.
Yeah, I want to talk about one of the most intriguing.
You have to take the mic. I'm not holding it for this long. Thank you.
One of the most intriguing life experiences. Mind you, I saved up for this ring on a grad student salary with other side jobs and such. But when I tell you, I'm pretty sure I was making around that time maybe like 50 an hour, $16 an hour, something like that, on a 9-month contract. And that's grad school. So then I had to do other stuff. I had to make something shake.
Shake you did.
When I tell you that process was so intriguing. Now, beauty of it is, I had the funds, everything was ready to go. I'm gonna give you all a little bit of context. Lauren B, being a Jewish retailer, they were open on Sundays. However, my banking institution was not. Remember that. That is context for the rest of this entire story. So when my man's $100,000, the person, the associate that was helping us with the process, let's just call him Big E.
Not the little one.
Not the little one, Big E. Big E was.
Can we say his name?
I'll just call him Big E.
Okay. Sorry, y'all can't know.
Yeah. Big E.
We might be able to get him some business though. He did a really good job.
What if you don't work there no more?
I'll look it up. you keep telling the story. I'm gonna look it up.
So Big E, he held it down. He helped us.
He was amazing.
Through and through. He was amazing. When it came time to actually pay for the ring, although I had the bread, because it was such a large purchase that was also being made out of state, when I went to pay with
J Sapphire preferred?
Yes, when I went to pay with my card, I used a credit card. When I went to pay with my credit card, it didn't go through. There was a specific transaction limit that I was unaware of going in. I didn't know that I couldn't spend more. I think the limit was $2,000. $2,000 in a day without like pre-alerting or without pre-notification. So the bank is saying like, yo, I'm about to make a big purchase. It's okay. And also I'm gonna be out of state when I make this big purchase. It is okay. This is not a fraudulent situation. So I go to pay, they joint say,
It's not funny.
no, it's hilarious. It's hilarious looking back.
I simply cannot laugh.
And I was like, what you mean? So we said, yeah, Big E said, let me bring you in close. Let me hold your hands when I say this. Your card not working. So we going. And I said, wait a minute, let me call my. I can't call my bank because the hours of operation for what I needed to do, it was closed. It felt like a trap door was beneath me, had just opened up, and my body stayed up, but my soul and my spirit went through that trap door. And a little bit more into the conversation, Brianna went to go sit down.
Yeah, I said this ain't my business.
Cause she said, y'all got it. Y'all figure it out. And it just, what hurt the most was just like, I had the bread right there. It was just accessing it. What do you do? Big E said, take a breath. You'll be all right. I'm gonna send you invoices. Just let the bank know before you make your purchase. And all will be well. Now the beauty of it was, when we left the ring shop, when we walked down the street, Brianna and I were actually rather composed. Mm-hmm. Like, at that moment in time, it was 2021. We were like, 2019 Brianna would have combusted.
That silent treatment would have been strong.
But it was an honest mistake.
Yeah.
I had never made a purchase that big before And I didn't know that you had to let the bank know before, especially with us being out of state at the time. Just it was something that just never crossed my brain. Never was a thing that I'd ever experienced up close with anyone who was person in my life who had ever told me, like, yeah, when you go to. So let this be a lesson, word of wisdom for anyone who's about to make a big purchase, especially when it's an engagement ring. Outside of making sure you got the bread in your accounts, let your bank know before you make the purchase.
And also make sure that your credit limit is high enough for you to make the purchase in one sit if you want to make it, like as a one-time payment. I think that for me, because I had been so particular about what I wanted for my ring, we definitely pushed out the engagement further than we both felt like we were ready for that next step. Because I was like, I didn't want to just rush towards being like, oh, I'm a fiance, but didn't love the ring on my hand. So I like going back to what Darian had mentioned earlier, it was like, okay, we know the stipulations that we're navigating with him being in grad school and just the pay that comes with that. So I think at 2 years or so, you had mentioned that you knew that I was the one.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get married, or we didn't get engaged until year 7. So there was a lot of growth that happened in between them regardless. I mean, between those years regardless. But yeah, I think for me, it was like, okay, I already waited all them years. Like, I can wait another 2-3 days just to know that, like, things are in a good place with the ring. So I sure did go sit myself down on that couch because I was like, I know he probably feels really bad, and I also know this ain't my business.
It wasn't even a matter of feeling bad. I was just confused at how did this happen. But
how did
we
get here?
But it was very obvious because you don't know what you don't know. And if you've never encountered a specific situation, then of course you're going to get blindsided.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody told me otherwise. I didn't look up or think to look up any specific information. I didn't know what I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just found out in real time. We found out in real time.
All right, so let's fast forward. Their process to, design the ring is 4 to 6 weeks. So middle of February comes. Oh, tell them about like what you did with Big E behind my back.
Yeah. Because we got the ring, because we're getting the ring from New York City and we had to get it shipped to North Carolina, I had to make sure that when the ring came in the mail that I got it.
Oh wait, before that, what was it like after we left like the showroom and like the design piece of like him sending you renderings and all that? And like updating you on like how things were progressing with designing the ring.
Yeah, Big E and I, we was emailing back and forth. What was so special about that?
No, but I think that's important because it's like, you don't just leave the showroom and then the next time you see the ring is when it arrives at your doorstep. Like, him and Darian were exchanging emails back and forth, unbeknownst to me, with respect to how everything was lining up from a timeline perspective, but also like how the ring was going from like step A, B, C, D with the setting to adding the pave diamonds to the actual like cathedral and all that.
Yeah, he was extremely communicative, and it was so smooth with just the timing of when that. I think it was FedEx. Delivered it. The way I felt like a secret spy. when I saw the FedEx shipment notification saying your package is scheduled to arrive between this hour, that hour, or on this day, we're both working from home, and at any given moment, a package is likely to just hit the doorstep because, we order packages, anything is likely to come. And I gotta make sure that she doesn't get it. I have to make sure that she does not get the Lauren. And the thing is, because it's a high valued package, you have to sign off on it. Mm-hmm. So straight up and down, if she got the package, the surprise is ruined. Like it's
ruined.
At least a portion of it. Like, you would just know that now the ring is in the house.
Yeah.
And that detracts from the overarching surprise. But the package was supposed to come during the day. It came at night. It came at like 6:30 or 7 p.m. or something around that time. It was dark outside. Mm-hmm. And Brianna, she was upstairs. I was upstairs, and then she was in the living room or the kitchen.
Why was I in the living room?
You was in the living room. You were watching TV.
Why was I watching TV? Because I had COVID, so I wasn't even in the headspace to even go downstairs. Remember?
I completely forgot you had that Rona.
I was waiting for you to add that part.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You was on that couch with that Rona.
It was so bad.
So there's a knock at the the doorbell rings, and we hear the delivery truck like outside of the crib. And he was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "It's probably just some delivery, somebody dropping off a package." My saving grace, and this was so slick, there was an Amazon package that got dropped off earlier in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So that package was already on the doorstep. So then when FedEx pulls up and they ask for my signature, I kind of have a cover, as in I go, do the signature, FedEx pulls off. I put the FedEx box in the closet somewhere else, hiding it before coming upstairs. And I come up with the Amazon package.
That was smooth.
Bruh.
And you did a good job hiding it because I didn't even see it.
Because if I came upstairs after signing for a package, and then she'd be like, "Why are you coming upstairs without a package if you just signed for a package? What's in the package?
Yeah.
Where's the package?"
Yeah.
Alarms would have already been blaring off. Like, it's the.
But I was also drugged up, so.
I mean, you still would have put two and two together because. Like, wait a minute. How you sign off for a package but you didn't bring the package? Because we always bring the packages upstairs. Because the way the crib is, the first floor is like. First floor is the ground floor, and then the second floor is like the living space, so kitchen and living room and all that. So I had the ring. Come upstairs with an Amazon package, and I'm just like,
And then a couple weeks go by, and I'm getting the tickle. I think one day I was like, no, I think you might have been the one that was like, so you're probably wondering when I'm going to propose to you. And you told me it was going to be by the end of March.
Mm-hmm. And when the ring actually arrived, it was like, so I paid for the ring end of January. It's like January 24th, around that time. So then by the time the ring actually gets to us, it's like February sometime. And then I was like, yeah, you're not gonna know how, You're not gonna know exactly when, but I'll give you a ballpark just to
calm your nerves.
just to calm your nerves.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna be in July. It's not gonna be in September.
Yeah.
It'll be in late March.
Yeah. So maybe in another video.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other video.
Yeah.
That's a whole other video.
Yeah, but I want to just share about the proposal really quick because I think similar to.
Nah, they gotta.
No, I'm not going to share the
I was about to
proposal.
say,
Just like
they
my
gotta-
reaction.
They got to tune in for the next video to get the proposal story.
Yeah, but with like, I think it's very similar to when couples talk about not wanting to do a first look because they don't want that surprise factor to wear off by the time they walk down the aisle. I can see that exact analogy or that exact parallel with not wanting to design your ring because you're worried about not actually being surprised or like the thrill of the moment being there. But when I tell you, we actually got, we got engaged in the house, but like by the time he was done saying what he had to say, which I don't really remember all of it to be quite honest, nonetheless, by the time he was done saying all that and he opened the box, it was almost as if I had never seen the ring ever, which I honestly had never seen my actual ring because it was being custom designed, but it was just like I was in awe when I saw it just shining back at me. So if you are, someone who is worried about still wanting that, what's the word, babe?
Surprise factor.
Surprise. I was going to say fear factor. I was like, that ain't it. If you still want that surprise factor, like know that you can have it all. You can be the girly that does want to design her ring, that doesn't want to be surprised, that knows what she likes, and the moment itself will be so beautiful, and like seeing how everything comes together it'll be magical. So
and when I tell you,
yeah,
as the person who was going to be doing the proposing, the amount of blessed assurance of knowing that the ring was not only going to fit her finger,
oh yeah, we didn't even talk about
but
that.
knowing without a shadow of a doubt that she was going to like the ring once that box opened up. Because the last thing you want at the proposal is she look at the ring like, ooh.
I do.
You still got the receipt. You know?
But the gag is with Lauren B with their custom designs, there's no returns. Everything is final sale. So, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
If you are a fiance,
Not yet.
excuse me, if you are looking to be a fiance, if you're looking to propose, looking to get engaged and get a ring for that engagement, I highly recommend that y'all co-design the ring and then you save the surprise factor for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's so many things in life that will be surprising. You can plan surprises in so many other ways.
Yeah.
But in ring design was something that you plan to wear for the rest of your life. Does it have?
No.
Does it have to be a surprise to design?
Yeah.
Does it really have to be a surprise? I don't care how well you know your partner. I don't care how many notes they give you. If at all possible, if your fiance to be wants to design every single detail of your ring, please support that effort. Please let them.
So this was our journey and our beautiful experience with custom designing my engagement ring. If you have any questions, please do drop them in the comment section and we'll be sure to answer them. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.
Deuces.